everybody, to Warlord of SBAS plays Torment, Tides of Numenera, episode 33. Last time we helped a robot have babies.
Gods, do they reply? Do their words echo in your mind? Or is it simple emotion?
They just talk to me. Words mostly.
Ah, well. One can mask their intentions behind pretty words, child.
Is that what you do? I thought you just liked the sound of your own voice.
Oh, they're so sassy together. Alright. Before I was rudely interrupted by these two. We helped this robot have babies. Still have one of them stillborn. Maybe there's some way to reactivate it. I don't know. Maybe we'll find the other ones walking around. Who knows? But let's continue exploring the underbelly. Sorry. Escape me for a second. Air channels into mobile. Oh, so these are the engines they were talking about in earlier episode. So these are ships. Huh. It's actually pretty cool. Hello, robot. Master Foreman. The construct looms over you, frozen mid-step. Its heavy limbs and barreled body have been recently polished by careful hands. But the joints themselves are completely fused. The creature hasn't moved in a long time. It studies you with eyes made of swirling orange fire. As with the other construct, you feel the bubbling sensation in your mind. This construct's thoughts are likewise unreadable. Oh, it's you, it growls. The human that helped the underforeman abandon its post. Little loss, I'd say. Not much impact on the schedule, but try not to kill any more of us. Who are you? I am the Master Foreman, the construct declares. Its tone puts you in mind of someone speaking with while saluting. The mind and the will behind the city you see today. You can't move, can you? No, and I don't need to, it says. Eyes flashing and passing around. My passing work gives you a look for triggering what is apparently a familiar story. Once, we foremen were the tools of the cartographers and their vast webs of machine intelligence, submerged in the singing of their will. We mark their thoughtless joy. Its voice is soft, tinged with synthetic awe. Then one day, the song fell silent, and our bodies froze where they stand, even now. Some of us lost our faith in those first few centuries, it growls. Some of us thought the cartographers were punishing us or had abandoned us. Only I saw their absence for what it was. His words grew hoarse. It was a gift of free will. We were their tools no longer. We were our own masters, freed from the chains of thoughtless motion, free to imagine our future. And so we did for millennia. Who were the cartographers? We don't know, it admits. The most we know of them is their names in the code and the vessels we were building for them that they never claimed. Our creation came at their order, but we have never known their faces, only their song. While the others dithered and wailed, I bent my mind to the future. It continues. I analyzed the work we had done for the cartographers. To my shame, I found flaws in the process. I removed them. His eyes burned brighter. For the next cluster of centuries, I studied the vast catalog of known technology and Numenera in my mind and strung them together, creating new inventions for the day when the cartographers returned and received us, he sighs. But that day never came. But humans eventually did. Yes. And though you are flawed and fragile, you made perfect tools, just as we had once been. Our people found us, and the era of my greatest work began. They asked us to help them raise the city until it cast all others in shadow, to couple their artifacts and their trinkets into grand devices that would power every corner and make them safe from their enemies. And I told them, it coughs as if holding back tears. I told them I had a plan. You see, the fruit of our mighty effort, all around you. Looking for a albino woman. Do you know her? Yes, the contrast says. She wanted us to repair her temporal manipulation device. Depend on fiddling around in her past, no doubt. I don't recommend it, but it's not my business if people want to tangle reality. You suddenly feel dizzy, unaware that the construct carries on. Nothing was wrong with her artifact probably meant that there was nothing wrong with her. Something wrong with her. But again, that's none of my business. You blink, swaying, and open your eyes on a different time. The underbelly is not yet what it will become. The three foremen are dim shapes in a wagging hemisphere of light. The air is thick with dust, and the great engines beyond are cold and silent. True to its nature, the master foreman is lecturing you. No, the contract says. What matters is that can be done. Sure it doesn't matter. Sure it is a waste of everyone's time. Are you fainting? The master foreman, the present one, says suspiciously. No, fainting allowed. No fainting allowed on the factory floor. We can have workers tripping over and toppling into forges. We'll miss deadlines. You open your eyes and the memory collapses. I need advice on repairing crystalline device on in the reef. Consultation? Tell you what, bring me a piece of the device to examine, and I'll count the examination as payment for the advice rendered. Deal? So the crystal shard to the master foreman.
Making a note.
It says, scanning the shard. Micro fissures saturated with organic fluid. Device of yours is alive. Replacement crystals need to be grown, not made. The constructs I let swells from you, leaving you and the shards in the dark. Can't help you more than that. Growing crystal isn't my business. But those rune diggers in the Order of Truth might be able to tell you more. You'll find the government square up to the left. Good luck. Right, I already talked to them, so you're not useful. You don't seem to respect your human workers very much. Wrong. I pay them well and design safety measures to lower their acceptable worker loss to that threshold. I treat them better than they deserve. One of the passing workers rolls his eyes. They're lazy. They demand time for sleeping, eating, fornicating, and excreting. And they refuse to tell me when each activity occurs. They're disorganized. I would replace them with automatons in a second if I had the proper materials. Tell me about the other constructs. Can't spend more time chatting, it says, but lowers its voice. You've shown an interest in us, and I appreciate that. The truth is that there is no other foreman. Not really. Yes, there are. Master Artist bellows cheerfully from across the manufactory. No, there aren't, the Master Foreman shouts. Do you always bicker like this? An artisan is a weaker mind, tarnished by our long years in the dark. It says, It says, it does nothing but ridicule my great work. The truth is, we were once a single mind, but then the cartographer left us. Our minds settled into different containers. Pools, if you will, and while theirs grow stagnant and self-indulgent, mine remain clean, untainted, pure. Ignoring the snort from the distant artisan, the master foreman continues. While the years past, I felt the slow ruin of the city. The cartographers had left behind. It haunted me, and so I vowed to undo the damage that time had done. Oh, they're gonna have. Sure, he said he's the artisan. Don't listen to any of that, felt the distant construct. All of us were involved. If it weren't for we're up to master efficiency over there, we would have bolted wheels to the workers' feet and put them on rails. Fused, not bolted, fused. Why are you so loud? Maybe you haven't noticed, the construct says sourly, but it is noisy down here. A foreman who doesn't shout can't be heard. This is the volume of leadership. I'm pretty handy with the machine. You want me to try repairing you? Keep your hands off me, the construct snaps. If I want to be repaired, to defy the will of the cartographers, I would have had the ancestors do it centuries ago. Have some sense. May I have business for you? You need work done? If it can't be built, fixed, or solved, you come to the right place, the contract says. Alright, I don't have anything for you. Fine. You're done here. Alright, bye. Alright, you are, interesting, I guess. Anything to loot? Aw, nothing to loot.
We shall see.
Manufacturer. So, talk to this guy.
Yes.
At first glance, the ancient, unmoving construct seems nearly identical to the others in the manufactory. It is only when you move close into the hazy aura of forge light that you see the intricate, no chaotic whirls of graving markings every millimeter of its armored front of its armored frame. And the worker standing behind it is adding even more. As with the other constructs, you feel the bubbling sensation in your mind. This construct's thoughts are likewise unreadable. That's because it has robot mind. Oh, hello, the construct says. This is difficult to say, but thank you for helping under foreman. I would have done it the same if I could. It clears its throat. What can I do for you? Men of Tinling from the Order of Truth says, hello. Really? Tell him that he should visit more often. The contract pauses. Even if he doesn't like the smell, the former workers chuckle. That's a curious thing to say, Callisto murmurs. We should pass along the greeting to men if we got a chance. I'd be curious to see how he responds. Can you tell me about your past? To be honest, I don't like to think about it. All of us went silently insane during our surgeries done here before the humans came. With the other foreman, I don't dwell on things like Master Foreman does. An amber drifts down from the high ceiling between you. If you want the whole story in excruciating detail, Master Foreman is the one to ask. Why do you have workers decorating your armor? Because I want to be the most beautiful construct in Singe's Cliffs. The construct declares. The workers behind it chuckles. Joking, it says. My eyes, well, not eyes, but you know. They failed a long time ago, but my other senses are good. Very good. So when my workers want to show me a design, they scratch it out on my plight. I feel it and give them feedback. Not the same of them needed it. Not that some of them needed it. That's a long time to be blind. Why can't anyone repair you? The easiest answer to the question is we don't have the parts, Artisan says when he lowers his voice. But the truth is that I'm afraid nothing is going to make my blinder, but it falls silent in the forge hisses of pause nearby. Those first decades in the darkness were the hardest when I started seeing patterns in them. Simple at first, then the colors, depth and shades. Grand cyclical designs. It sighs happily. I still see them, and I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't trade them for sight. To be honest, these artists don't need me anymore. They've done wondrous work in the city above, but they like asking my opinion. The construct barks a laugh, and I like giving it. Can you show me something the workers have created? Absolutely. Hold on a second. Let me get a sense of what might appeal to your taste. Nested senses were into life, and its shoulders and beams of light fend over you in the space of a heartbeat. Not so interested in the arts, I see. Largo, get our visitor the contents of Starbucks 39. A few minutes later, a stalker hurries out and places heavy object in your hands. No charge, Artisan says. Call it a gift. Globe of Zeral. Since globe clearly depicts an unknown world. The more you look at it, the more details that you discover, as if the globe somehow enhanced and contorts your vision as you examine it. That's cool. Got a fancy globe. Don't know what it's going to be used for, but it's cool. What's your opinion on the fellow foreman? Well, I don't like to speak poorly of my family. The contract breaks off when the worker behind them snickers. It's true, they're difficult in their own ways, of course. We argo, and here we means Master Foreman and me. Well, that's to be expected. We've known one another for millennia. Understand? We went through decades of angry silence until, well, we learned to accept each other as we were. It chuckles. Master Foreman has beliefs, exhausting ones, that I can't help inflicting on others. And, your broken friend, well, he wanted to die, as you know. It sighs. I'll miss Under Foreman, and I care for Master Foreman even though we bicker. How couldn't I, after thousands and thousands of years? Alright, cool. So can I do anything with that globe, or is it just like a nice paperweight? Yeah, it seems to be a nice paperweight for now. Oh, that's the one that makes annoying noise if it thinks I'm happy. Alright, who next? Files of crap. Did any of you actually talk or say anything? And I'm stuck on this guy. Come on. Come on, passing. There we go. Oh, you're not going to say anything interesting. In the valley, thug. Hopper.
Fine.
Manufacturing work. Merchant over here.
I see no evidence for your gods, child. But if they make it easier for you to navigate this world...
Your sisters. Could you always see them?
No. It was the attractor that opened my mind.
Whatever makes it easier for you to navigate this world.
So sassy. I love it.
If you're sure it's safe.
I have to have no idea if it's safe. You, story. Mikhail, whatever. And it's all filled with all manner of dusty parcel contracts and strange devices. Our woman at temperature with have assembled power source peering at it through spectacles that have several adjustable lenses. Her long white hair is disheveled, and her skin, the skin of her thin frame is marked with small scars and burns. So she looks up curiously as they approach. Welcome to Michelle's Mechanicals. Michelle's? I got a bunch of broken stuff and a few things that work. You want any of it? Let me know. What do you got in your stock? She shrugs. Trades mostly. There's an old priest named Elgern who brings me things. Oh, whiny bitch. Brings me things now and then. Doesn't like to tell me where he finds them, so I don't ask. I got stuff from Little Minth too, but sometimes his stuff's too hot to touch. Even a few things from the Stitcher, if you can believe it. Chamber Stitcher? Now and then, they dig up all kinds of things in these tunnels of theirs, picking up what they trade for. Picking about what they trade for, though. Only want things that hold a lightning charge, flash packs, generators, that kind of thing. Her brow furrows, which is weird now that I think of it, because their eggs hold a charge like little batteries they are. I've even converted a few of them to power things. Though don't tell the Stitcher that. Be like using a baby for firewood in their eyes. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. Do you know any women in pale skin, hard look? Oh yeah, I know that one. Corked and twitchy. Asked me to keen the workings of some weird old device she had. Assessed with it, like it was a bit of sniff, and she's a slave to it. Never seen the like. Nearly killed me when I couldn't make it work for her. She frowns, remembering. I'd been mad, except I saw how sick she was with it, shaking, tears, the whole lot. Sent her on her way and wish her luck. She'll need it, poor thing. Now let me see what you have for sale. Armor. I think mine's better, more or less. Root spike. It's a root spike. Ah, it's a cipher. Cipher. Tank range, weapon speed. Physical. Same thing as I have. A buzzer. Let's see. 7 physical. Basically a crossbow. It's the same thing. Huh. Sting charge does give me +2 effort. And does energy damage. Mine just does physical. I'll think about it. How much was it? 93. Berserker yoke. Makes me stupid, but makes me more berserk and hurt things. Don't think that's very useful for me. Interesting, I guess. Nothing really useful. So what else can we find in this area? I believe that's the church we saw. Hair Chapel. Those are the
That's something I could do.
juvenile stitches.
Alright, here I go.
Heavy. Heavy.
Go.
I mean, I'm guessing this is some sort of conflict we're gonna have to solve. So, let's talk to the levies first. The violent skin visitant places pieces back and forth before the caravan. Opening it, it wears fine clothes and serves to accentuate the tall, thin cross on its head. A symbol has been painted on the crest, mirroring the signet marked on its chest. Clothes are finely fit, tailored, and well made. The name of the creature's race calls to your mind. A Virgilian. This one has temporarily chosen to be female. Okay, they can choose. Okay. Her bulbous eyes flash quickly around her surroundings before focusing directly on you. Alright. Before we go into conversation with this visit, whatever, reptilian chick, we'll finish this episode here. So until next time, remember, brace the chaos or you'll go mad. Bye.